So Luka's a Laker. You and I have talked about this. I love that. If you could let listeners know, because you've said this, that for a professional athlete, your body is your temple, I guess you want to call it, right?
That's office, your building.
It's your office, it's your building. Your body is everything. And Luka, on his way out the door, Nico Harrison was talking about whether he said it or indirectly, it come out conditioning issues. He's ballooned to 270 or something. He doesn't look like 270 to me. And you and I have had conversations like this. And I'm not telling you the good thing with Luka, he's not trying to be Ja Morant, right? Like his game is not these explosive guards.
Uh-uh.
However, what do you want to see from Luka for his own benefit, the Lakers' own benefit, when it just strictly comes to he can have the best body for his game?
I want to see a lighter Luka. I said this when he was with Dallas Mavericks. He's too fat. That's why he's always hurt. He is. That's why he's always hurt and having all these ailments, lower body ailments and stuff. You got to be in shape. Why do you think LeBron James is at 40 years old been able to do what he can do? Kobe Bryant in his late mid 30s was still able to play at an all-star All-NBA level because those guys were conditioning freaks. Steve Nash, the same thing when he was 34, 35, not 2, 3, 4, 5, 8% body fat. So I don't understand how, and Luka will never be Mr. Bodybuilder. I understand that, but my goodness, lose weight, play at 230 and not 260 or 250, and you'll be amazed how that's gonna make your career longer. It's gonna keep you healthier, and make you a more efficient player. If you take pride in your physical conditioning, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, look how lean he is, not a piece of fat on him. A Ja Morant, now like you say, different body types, but you can get in better. Charles Barkley, remember when Barkley came into the league? You were too young back then, but he was a chubby little guy.
Is this the Moses Malone story?
Exactly. Charles went to Moses Malone and says, "Man, why ain't the coach playing me more? I should do this. I should be that." And Moses Malone said, "Because you're too fat. You lose some weight." Moses Malone was blunt with him, and Charles Barkley tells the story. Somebody needs to be blunt with Luka. If I was his teammate, I would tell him, "Say, man, get in shape. You're the face of this franchise. You can make 345. Well, he's still in line for that. His next deal will be 5 years, $400 million. They project if he signs like a 2-year extension, and then back into the Supermax area. So you'll sign a 2-year extension with the Lakers. That takes him up to age 28. And then he can sign a 5-year deal for like 400. That takes him to age 33. And his way he plays, if he's playing at 230, he can get another 5-year deal for another $500 million. So we're talking about $1 billion over the next 10 years. You mean if me and Luka was sitting down over a salad, right, and no dessert, and I would say, Luka, do you realize you can make $1 billion over the next 10 years if you get in shape and keep yourself healthy? $1 billion just on salary alone, Luka? Just get in shape. Is it worth losing 30 pounds for $1 billion? I mean, I would say, yeah, I've got to change my diet. I'm going to change my workout habits. He's 25. It ain't that hard to do. He'll lose the weight easily if he just changes habits for a betterment of his career and for the Lakers. I would have that blunt conversation with him. If he was a friend of mine, if he was sitting down, if he ran into the lobby and we're having a cup of coffee together, I'd say, man, Luka, what do you weigh? He'll probably 260, whatever. I said, why don't you get down to 230 and see how different your body's going to feel and how much better you're going to be. That's what I would tell him bluntly, and say, you got $1 billion riding on the line. Do you want $1 billion? If not, you can make, I don't know, I guess this money is so crazy to think about. Instead of $1 billion, but maybe you'll make 600 million, 700 million. But wouldn't you want that extra 300 million? Because that extra $300 million, if you got in shape, when you're 34, 35, like LeBron, you'll be able to play another 5 years because you're in shape and you're taking care of your building. You're maintaining your structure. Like you would if you own a business. You're not going to let it become dilapidated or overrun with weeds, dirt, paint falling off the building, looking all disheveled. Well, that's what you are. That's what you are. Your building is you. That's what your body is. So you got to keep it looking good. And when you look good, you feel good and you'll play good.
Well, and the thing that I'm sure there's other NBA players or athletes too. This is something he can control.
Zion Williamson, the same thing.
But what I was going to say is like Brandon Roy couldn't
Right.
control
Yeah.
his injuries.
Yeah. Or Sam Bowie. Yeah.
Or Sam Bowie couldn't control, or Greg Oden.
Right.
Like
exactly.
this is something that while he's as young as he is, he's got this gift of course, a gift as a basketball player, his knowledge, the way he sees the game, all that. This is something that he can control and trying to control it right now. Obviously, how it prolongs him. Am I, and you know this because you were in the NBA, you are a champion. Your son, all of your sons, just incredible what they've been able to do, and just athletes, and they, I'm sure those competitive juices come. You can speak to it probably better than most. My question is, Luka got traded at age 25. It feels like it was blindsided. He didn't see it coming.
Of course not.
You got Nico Harrison, who basically on the door was saying like, hey, defense wins championships. We got somebody else that we feel like is going to win a championship, not you. How personal do you think Luka takes this, and how much can it benefit him? If let's just hypothetically he stayed in Dallas, nothing changed. He's a god over there. Everything he's doing. And then overnight, he gets traded. He's now on the Lakers, where there's real expectations every single year, realistic or not. There's always expectations to win. Do you want to be a Lakers legend? Because you have an opportunity to do that based on being here for 7, 8, 10 years, what you can accomplish. Does he take all of this? Like, from your perspective, is the best version of Luka to come if he wants to take what happened in Dallas personal and obviously come to a franchise where the expectations are to win chips?
Sure, I'm sure his pride is hurt, and he's probably offended that they traded him. He was the face of the franchise, and he was probably thinking, I'm going to be here for the next 10, 12, 15 years. So, but every player feels that way. He's not the only one who feels a little slighted and a little hurt when the team trades. I'm sure it was a shock to Max Christie, too. Obviously, at a much lower level that, whoa, I got traded. I thought the Lakers liked me. I just signed a 4-year extension. Same thing for Anthony Davis. Whoa, the Lakers traded me? Geez, I thought me and LeBron and the Lakers were tight. So it happens to every player. Every player feels that way. I felt that way when the Blazers traded me, obviously on a much smaller scale. But wow, why did they trade me? I thought they liked me. So everybody, or it's like if your girlfriend dumps you or your boyfriend dumps you out of nowhere. It's what? Or she has that, you're having dinner with her and says, we need to talk. He said, well, and she said, I don't think it's working out. Everybody goes through that. And
hits your ego.
Yeah. And if people listening to us and watching us right now, maybe we'll call into the office and we'll let go. Sure. And didn't expect it. So everybody knows how that feels when you're fired or broken up with somebody. You didn't see it coming. So everybody understands how that feels. And players are no different.
Yeah, I say that. I wonder if we can, maybe see even a better form of Luka based on, obviously what's kind of happened these last couple of days. I want to make sure that this is not a question I'm asking because I know it will work and it will be fine. But can you just talk about Luka LeBron together? Because I'm excited about it. I think a lot of people, LeBron's still playing. I mean, Michael, you're watching the game yesterday. Mm-hmm. And of all the players that are out there, Steph was amazing. That's great. But you got all these. Well, I guess let me stop. You're right. The amount of shots he took to get what he got. Right. Austin Reeves, same thing. Austin Reeves took 80 shots and couldn't hit a three. I by the way, I always use your example. I always use when you used to always tell me in the pregame, when I say this guy had 45, what's your first question usually is how many shots did he take?
Right.
And then you're gonna backtrack and determine whether it was a good game or not. LeBron and Luka, just how excited are you see just two great NBA players playing together? Just your thoughts on those two.
Oh, yes. You got two of the best passers in the game, along with Jokic, of course. Two of the top 3 passes in the game, and the ball should be able to move. Now, Luka's a ball-dominant guy. He dribbles a lot.
Yeah.
Even when he's playing with guys like Clay or Kyrie Irving and other players he had who are good shooters, he still dribble too much, I thought. Yeah, he can get his own shot in a slow motion.
I'm with you.
So he needs to give the ball up more because the Lakers are at their best when the ball is whipping around to Rui and to Austin Reeves, obviously to LeBron and to Dorian Finney-Smith. When the Lakers are moving the ball is when their offense is potent. So hopefully Luka will come out Monday night and utilize this great vision, court vision that he has, and his passing ability. And he has to learn how to mix it up. Yeah, he'll go one-on-one sometime and create for himself, which is fine, as LeBron does. But he cannot just over dribble like he did in Dallas while he was there. That's what I'm interested in seeing. LeBron, of course, will give the ball up anytime. That's how good he is. But Luka has to be more pass first thinking now. And he'll pick his spots when he'll take advantage of his matchup, which is fine. But I don't want to see him out there dribbling around trying to get his own shot for 17 seconds while Austin Reeves and LeBron and Rui are just standing there watching. We don't want to see that style like you had in Dallas.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. If it's the final shot of a quarter or final shot of the game and he's taking it, that's different. But I'm with you. Yeah. And that's got to be, like, as a teammate, that's got to be the worst style of basketball to be a part of.
Yeah. I see
stagnant.
Just stagnant. Everybody watching Luka. Sometimes we see it with Kyrie too, putting on a dribbling exhibition instead of moving the ball. That drives me nuts. I cannot stand watching that kind of offense. So yeah, Luka will pick his spots. It's nothing wrong with him going to the basket, attacking the basket, or taking his step back threes that he loves to take. You'll see him do that too, but he's got to mix it up. He's got to have an even mix of doing that and moving the ball. Because if he moves the ball, he'll get it back. It's not like he's not going to see it again.
All right, thank you very much for watching the clip. Just want to give a shout out here to one of our partners, the Wallace Firm. They are official injury attorney of the Sliwa Show and Hoops Talk, the entire channel. If you are ever in a need, and I hope you're not, but some type of serious injury with yourself or a family member of yours, I would like to personally help you by introducing you to the best in the business, Brad Wallace and the Wallace Firm. Also got a URL out here that you can use as well. Just go to wallacewins.com/Sliwa. Thank you for their partnership, and thank you for being a part of the Sliwa Show.